Burrow has, I mean, what he's done is changed the entire culture of the Bengals. He's not doing it alone, obviously, but when you go into a game and know we got this guy, now they never trailed it. Well, they trailed 3-0, but when you, and this was not the Joe Burrow of riddling Kansas City or Baltimore down the stretch. This was a different sort of Joe Burrow.
Well, this was a guy who came out and was super confident, super efficient. Early in the game, boom, they went empty formation. And Joe Burrow, going back to his days at LSU, he told the offensive coordinator then, I want the formation empty because I can see the field better, allow me to make decisions. They've done that in Cincinnati also. So they spread the field, and they give him the option of where to go. And now he has a legitimate number one receiver in Jamar Chase. And the chemistry between Burrow and Chase, boom, it's on display every game. And early on, it wasn't deep plays because the Raiders' defense is not going to allow you to go deep. It was the dink and dunk, the short passing game underneath. He was efficient, he was accurate, and they got the football to their best player on offense, Jamar Chase. Carr has 9 turnovers. That's the most of the NFL during that period of time. He's got to be better in the crunch time. He wasn't tonight. His decision-making in the red zone and late in games has cost his team all year, and it cost him again tonight.
Here's what I saw in Cincinnati that we didn't know that we would see. We know what kind of offensive weapons they have, and other than a Burrow to Chase, a lot of the Raiders did a good job on Mixon.
Yes.
And a lot of the other receivers caught a couple. But the place we thought the Raiders, and they probably thought had an advantage, was Crosby and company on the pass rush. Since he's O-line, okay. They played much better than okay, agree?
Yeah, absolutely. The Raiders only had 2 sacks, and we came into this game, at least I did, thinking that the one place team-wise where the Raiders had an advantage was their defensive line against a Cincinnati offensive line. Let's face it, Joe Burrow got sacked 51 times this year, 5-1, the most in the NFL. So if you're saying Crosby, second-team All-Pro, Pro Bowler, these guys in Gakoy, they can get after the quarterback, 2 sacks on the day. And so you have to give a really big shout-out to the Cincinnati Bengals offensive line, a much-maligned unit all year long. People have said they were suspect. They gave Joe Burrow time, sacked 51 times during the season, only twice tonight. That's an outstanding job by that offensive line.
Well, here's a couple other little things, because, you know, where you say, the Bengals, you know, even if they're in there, you know, they're only going to get penalized. You know, they're like the least penalized team in football.
Yes.
Their special teams are, well, their team is really good. Much improved. Among the best teams don't have an advantage with them. So things that they didn't just win because they got all those yards in December against Kansas City and Baltimore. That's my point.
These are not the Bengals that, if you go back a few years ago, these are not the Bengals that we're used to. The old Bengals would make mistakes and basically shoot themselves in the foot. This Bengals team, well coached, Zach Taylor has a staff together. And think about this, boom, they were ready to give up on Zach Taylor. I mean, his first couple years weren't good. So think about they've stuck with him, the organization, and he's rewarded them, a team that's disciplined. You talked about the penalties, special teams, they play well. And you heard the confidence in what he said. He said, we know we're going to play a good team, but we feel like we can beat anybody. That's a confidence because of one reason. They have a quarterback who is a top 5 quarterback in football right now.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Burrow is top 5, regardless of who you want to put in there with in the other 4.
Okay. Go ahead.
He's top 5, boom, and he played that way.
Well,
thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.